Hello. Are you scared to look at the choices you have made? Because if you are, it's going to be really, really hard to change those choices. And the choices I'm talking about are the choices we make in our mind, the choice we make for fear. If we make the choice for fear and then become scared of it and associate it with something awful and something horrible, then of course we'll never be able to go there and look at that choice, undo that choice, and have that openness to have another choice in our life. What I'm talking about is a practical thing. It means that when something happens to us that we don't like, something happens that's a bit of a disaster, something goes wrong in the world, and we react to it and make it into a big deal and make a fuss about it and get really upset about it, what we're really doing is we're making that such a big deal, this circumstance, this thing that's happened to us, so that we never go back into our mind and change the choice for fear that led to that incident happening, that led to that reaction that we were having, that negative reaction. I discovered this when I was on holidays this year in Ireland. We had hired a camper van. It was quite a high camper van, 3.2 meters high, and I kind of forgot on the second day what height it was. I had to go and sort out a tire that was damaged, and so I drove into this garage looking for an air hose. It was kind of a beaten down looking garage. The attendant looked pretty low. It was kind of messy, and I wondered why I'd made that choice, and I realized I was a bit anxious and trying to get this sorted out in a hurry. I was on my own at the time. I asked the attendant of the garage, the filling station, I said, do you have an air hose? And he said, oh, our air hose is broken. And a bit frustrated, I started to drive out of the garage thinking about the filling station further down the road that looked much cleaner, that looked just more welcoming, and I was wondering, why did I drive into this beaten up looking garage? And just in that moment I hit the top of the camper van on the garage roof, the filling station roof, and I kind of wedged it in there, broke both the roof lights, and actually jammed in the camper van, and it was a bit of a hassle to get it out, and eventually got down to the other garage that had plenty of room, had lots of air, very friendly attendant, and they helped sort me out with some sticky tape and stuff for the roof lights and a hammer to sort out the wheel. And I realized afterwards that the reason why I drove into that beaten up garage is because I was anxious and upset. I'd made a decision in my mind for fear. And then when I looked at the damage afterwards, it was very easy for me to beat myself up and go, what a stupid thing to do. I was warned about the height. It's going to be an expensive mistake. And I could have, in that situation, made that a disaster for the holidays. And every time I looked at it, made the holidays into a spoiled thing that I wasn't going to enjoy anymore. And I just realized at that moment I had lots of fear when I looked at the roof light. I had lots of anxiety, and I was very, very critical about myself. And I realized what I was doing is I was making it into a big deal, because I never wanted to go back inside my mind and look at my choice for fear. And so I'd made the accident fearful, and I'd made the choice for fear in my mind fearful as well. So I was kind of stuck. I needed to be able to smile at both things. I needed to be able to smile at my choice for fear in my mind. And so to do that, I needed to smile and be relaxed and take it less seriously when I look at the damaged roof light. And that's what we need to do in our lives, to realize that when we're taking something really seriously, when we're upset and make something into a big deal, we're doing that for a reason. There's a purpose behind that. And the purpose is to make our choice for fear in our mind so scary that we don't ever go there and undo it. We don't ever go there and smile at it. We don't ever go there and laugh and gently see that we've made a mistake. And therefore, in that moment of gentleness, in that moment of lightness, we're open to choose love. But we can't do that, of course, if we're making our choice for fear into a big deal. So try to remember that the next time you're making something very serious in this world, when you're reacting negatively to something, to realize there's a purpose behind that. And if you don't see that purpose, then you're just going to get caught up in making that choice for fear in your mind something that's a big deal. And then it gets harder and harder to undo it, harder to let it go, and harder to look at it. Thank you.